To wherever you are in the world right now, Eric Ballnar here with our expert in residence here, Lee Hull. We're excited to bring you another round of exciting action from the Softball SA competition here at Diamond Sports HQ, powered by Spacequake Sport. Lee, we got a big matchup today. We got the Seacombe Tigers, we got the Sturt Falcons. Both teams sitting on 3 wins right now in a pretty tight cluster at the top of the standings.
Certainly have here tonight, Eric, and I'm envisaging a very tight game. I think all the guns have come out to play. We've seen Alice Prokopek hit a 3-run dinger out to the fence in the Seacombe's last game, so she'll be wanting to keep that going, keep that hitting going, and I'm sure Sturt will be trying to shut it down. Well,
I'm really excited tonight for the pitching matchup. We've got Jade Peterson, who has thrown 43 strikeouts in her last 22 innings, so she's really starting to bring them down in a pretty fast clip here versus Tash Straps, who, and Sturt as a whole, have only allowed 2 runs in their last 3 games.
Fantastic, isn't it? And Jade Peterson, obviously the most experienced pitcher playing in this competition, and Tash Straps, up-and-coming pitcher. It's been around a little while, but she's learning her craft very well game by game.
A couple key losses, though, in this game, and the fact that Maddie Cameron, she's playing with the Aussie Spirit, so we'll give her that one. She's playing with the national team. She won't be in the lineup for Sturt. What does this mean for them?
Well, it's a big hole to fill, isn't it? Maddie Cameron's an excellent player, strong player, huge hitter, fast runner, brilliant fielder at shortstop or in the outfield. But she's, as you said, Eric, she's in Japan.
And the last thing to keep your eye on today, I love a great rookie story, Lee, and we've got a young girl named Georgia Hooper, who will be 13 years old when she steps into center field today and in the lineup for the Tigers today.
Is that for real? 13 years of age. That's fantastic for the young lass.
Yeah.
So we'll see what she's got to show us.
Yep, plenty of exciting things to watch, Lee, and I can't wait to get this started. We'll see you on the other side of the break, and we'll bring you all the exciting action right here from Softball HQ.
Rushes it. This is back. Will it go? It's over the outfielder. 1 run's going to score. It's a 2-1 ball game. How you going, Chelsea Cohen? It's a leadoff triple for the Cats. Will the Struck coming on a fantastic diving catch. Are you kidding me? Swing and a miss. No hitter. No hitter.
And there's a look at the Sturt outfit that we'll see out tonight there. You see Belle White, Sarah Tonkin, 2 players, and that will have to really lead the charge here for the Sturt Falcons tonight. Lee, really excited for this one. Now let's talk about how Sturt line up defensively.
Yes, well, the battery obviously is Tash Straps pitching to Belle White. At first base, Georgie Baker. At third, it's Sarah Tonkin. And the sisters, Fleming, are in the pivot positions. Lauren at shortstop and Nicole at second base. The outfield from left to right, Lydia Rashid, Jasmine Strawlangs, and Ada Brinket-Tree.
And it really has been a Sturt side that has been very efficient defensively lately, only allowing 2 runs in their last 3 games, and they're going against a team that hasn't scored too often, to be honest, just about 3.5 runs per game.
It's got a lot of interest about it, this game, I think, Eric, and we're soon going to see, because the lead-off batter for the Seacombe Tigers is going to be Jenny Dunn, and we know what Jenny's capable of.
Yeah, she is. She's a Stars player and a heavy hitter. So Jenny Dunn will lead it off. Steph Hole batting second. Alice Prokopek, she's batting an astounding average this year, which we'll talk about a bit later. Jess Maslin batting fourth. Maddie Rocher batting fifth. Jade Peterson, the pitcher, in the 6th hole tonight. Sophie Kinnear in 7th. And Georgia Hooper, 13 years old, at 8th, and rounding out the lineup, Aaron Harris.
Hard to believe, isn't it?
13 years old. Well, we were talking in the pregame before. We were talking to a couple of the players, and we said how many players on the Seacombe team could technically be Georgia Hooper's mother, just based on pure age. And there's about 5 players, I think, that was pointed out to us from Alice Prokopek, who was given us the list and the rundown in the pregame talk. So it should be an interesting one. But here's Tash Straps. You see her out there about to deliver the first pitch of the ball game to Jenny Dunn. Tash Straps has been magnificent in the last 3 games after a rough outing in her first one. It's great to see her settle down. Let's see how she goes tonight, Lee.
That's right. It's stats speak for himself with the pitching, doesn't it?
And you see Bell set up outside for that. Now, an advantage that Sturt will always have is have the Aussie Spirit starting catcher. She didn't go on this trip because she's been traveling so much. Bell White behind the dish calling the game. That certainly would make a big difference, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, certainly. Imagine how much confidence the young pitchers would get from Bell catching. An Australian player, done it all, Bell.
Would be a calming influence for sure to a player like Tash Straps, but Jenny Dunn here in a 1-1 count. Swings at that one, just a good pitch from Tash as well.
Huge dip at that pitch then from Jen. Strong hitter of the ball, Jenny. There's a bit of a smile on her face there. Probably missed it by half a metre, I think, in transit.
And she's a very talented player indeed. She missed the last part of the year last year, and there's victim number 1 from Tash Straps. An excellent way to start the game, striking out a big hitter here in Jenny Dunn. And that's a nervy first out, and that's something you want to do.
Yes.
So 3 pretty good pitches in a row after that sort of set up one outside and just sort of fooled Jenny Dunn a little bit. We got Steph Hull up to bat now. What do we know about Steph Hull?
A steady player, I'd say. Steady player. Doesn't usually bat up this high, I wouldn't have thought, in games I've seen previously. But given the opportunity here, few players missing from Seacombe.
I think the sense from Seacombe is they need to shuffle the lineup a little bit to try to get some sort of consistency out of the lot here. They've had some games where they've put up that 6-7 runs and others where they've really struggled to get those bats going.
So the very good, the very best teams are always about consistency, aren't they, really?
And she's on her second strike right here, Steph Hull. Tash Straps just a strike away from going 2 for 2 to start the game. Set up outside, deliberate pitch outside there. Just trying to see if she can bite, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's just nibbling away, see if she can get somebody hooked on this. But use the right bait, you get the big fish normally.
And this is just grounded down the third base line. A nice throw across the diamond there from Sarah Tonkin. On a previous broadcast, we talked about how impressed we were with her and her defensive efforts, and that is not an easy throw to zip it across the diamond like that. Fantastic effort from Tonkin.
Yes, exactly, and she's a quality player, Sarah. Can catch, can play outfield, normally plays at left field if Lily's not out there, and very good at third.
And she's one of those players that's just starting to come into or enter more of a prime age in terms of softball as well too. She's past her development years. She's now 21 years old, and she's got a couple years of experience at this level under her belt. Time to take a step forward, you think?
Certainly. And here's the big gun, Prokopek.
Yep, Alice Prokopek has had a great start to this season.
Lovely pitch it was too, wasn't it?
Alice accounted for all of Seacombe's runs in their last times out. She had a bases clearing double that drive home all 3. Batting .437 on the year with an OBP of .470. But she goes down swinging on that one, and that ends the inning. So 2 strikeouts, 1 to Dunn and 1 to Prokopek to start the inning. A very impressive start from Tash Straps.
Yes, certainly, and they can work from there now. They just try and get people on and just move them around. Coaches for Seacombe are dressed rather interesting today.
Yeah, well, they're in their classic yellow pants, the yellow pant brigade coming in strong.
Coach James Harris has got a yellow hood on, so.
But an excellent stretch there in getting Alice to bite on that pitch there, and now we'll see them take the field. So how do the Tigers line up defensively? As they take the field here. The centerpiece of this, of course, will be 13-year-old Georgia Hooper, who will be standing out there in center field, believe it or not. It's going to be interesting to see how she goes at this level. She just made her debut, I believe, last weekend.
Well, I trust that she gets just a nice, soft, easy fly ball to handle first up. Not something that's hit between her and the right fielder.
And left fielder, Jenny Dunn. Right fielder, Erin Harris. We've got Hull minding shortstop. We saw her hit a hard hit ball down the third base line, just couldn't quite make the play. Sophie Kinnear at second base, Alice Prokopek at first, Maddie Rocher, who I believe is just 16 years old as well, at third base, and Jess Maslin catching. And if you want to talk about quality pitchers in South Australia, look no further than the woman that will be on the mound today in Jade Peterson. As you get a shot there of the outfield contingent, probably probably trying to calm the nerves of a young rising star out there as well.
Well, Jade's ageless, isn't she, really? She's been around as long as I can remember. And she's just steady. You know, you've said her stats before, Eric.
Yeah.
43 out of 22.
43 strikeouts in 22 innings.
Yeah,
it's
that's
impressive.
Fantastic. Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, average would suggest it's going to be a couple strikeouts per inning from her. And her first opponent will be Ada Brinketree leading it off. Jenny Gray will follow her up. Sarah Tonkin third, Belle White fourth, Jazz Strandlands fifth, Lauren Fleming sixth, Nicole Fleming seventh, Georgie Baker eighth, and Lily Rashid ninth. And with that, we have our first pitch of the game. It's low and away versus Ada Brinketree, another excellent player, captain of the Stars.
It's a dangerous batter, Ada, because when she gets on base, huge wheels, you know, she's flying machine. Her and people like Jordan Lambert, they can run like the wind. So try to shut her down, you know, the hardest thing. Easy from here, Eric, isn't it?
Lineup shuffle just a little bit with no Maddie Cameron in the lineup. She regularly patrols the outfield, and she's a key cog in this lineup. So if she can get on base, it might be a bit difficult to not difficult, but a bit more challenging to manufacture runs.
Yes.
And then pitch in there from Jade.
Good judge of balls and strikes, Ada. Very good.
And
she'll hit the one she wants to hit.
And she's worked her out to a 3-1 count so far. And she swings at that one. That's chopped foul. Playable in foul territory. It would have been a heck of an effort for the third baseman, Maddie Rocher, to move in there and make that play.
Yes, it hit halfway up, I think, in the end, but Maddie was quick to get there. She seems to have been around a long time, Maddie Rocher. Started at a very young age. Solid player.
And a hard hit ball just out of the outstretched arms of Jade Peterson, and it crawls its way all the way to the outfield. That's a sneaky leadoff single from a speedster on the base pass. Well done from Ada Brinketree. So now she's on the base pass, and that's where she can really do her damage.
Yeah, she can, but interesting number 2 batter, Jenny Gray, young girl.
15 years
normally
old.
Pitches or plays at first. Doesn't pitch in A grade, but has been playing at first base in the A grade.
And she made her debut live on Softball SA TV, powered by Spacequake Sports, just a couple weeks ago in a 12-2 loss to West Torrens. She got in there with a couple digs, and now she's starting, and it might be a bit of a product of a couple key outs, but good to see her work her way in this lineup.
Certainly, and her father is Ian Gray, who is a very well-respected umpire.
Oh, really?
In the umpire fraternity. He umpires most of the A-grade games.
So she won't be arguing balls and strikes is what you're saying?
No, I don't think so.
She hits this hard, but it's way back behind home plate and foul, just a little to the left of us, Lee. So it's going to be an 0-2 count. Good job of her staying alive in that pitch, though.
Certainly.
Yeah. So Jade Peterson has her right where she wants her, right on the ropes here. Let's see if she can finish off the batter. And a swing and a miss, and there's strikeout number 1 from Jade Peterson. You knew it was a matter of time, and it takes the second batter of the game. For the first out of the inning, Jenny Gray goes down on strikes.
Ada remains at first.
Yep, Ada Brinketree at first. Sarah Tonkin, we talked a little bit about her defensive efforts last inning. She's 21 years old. Standing in there, and she lays down the bunt just to advance Ada, and a throw over to first. Well done to handle that one from Alice Prokopek, but the job really was done, and the runner is advanced to second base.
And well handled by Sophie Kinnear when she went to the base and took the throw from Alice. It was down, but Sophie was up to the task, so 2 down.
Belle White to the dish, and that was a smart play there. All they're trying to do is really advance the runner to get a speedster and Ada Brinketree on second for Belle White, Aussie Spirit starting catcher who can crush it, and she swings at the first pitch there. And this is a matchup that you love to see. Arguably the best South Australian pitcher in the competition right now, and Jade Peterson versus, some might say, the number 1 hitter in the competition from South Australia in Belle White.
Yeah, so it's going to be a rip-roaring battle, isn't it?
Peterson versus White. So far, advantage Peterson with an 0-1 count. And that slips down low. Now, Bell will be patient, won't she?
I wonder whether it'll go deep to Georgia out there.
Now, wouldn't that be a bit nervous for
yes,
Georgia Hooper?
So. I still can't get over that. 13 years of age, Eric.
And she hits this hard. That was just crunched.
Watch out on West Beach Road.
Yeah, mile foul.
There could be a bus going.
You know what?
You
check out the Facebook page, West Beach Road Exposed. There might be some controversy about that one tomorrow morning. But what's so good about Bell White as a player?
All round, great arm, good speed on base, excellent hitter, excellent fielder.
It's a long list.
It's a long list. She covers it all.
And she watches that just a bit outside. I think she was hoping to buy one here. It's an interesting battle as Bell does a good job laying off that one. 2-2 count, so we're at twos with a runner on second. Now, if she can get a full runner, we'll be going.
I think Jade has pitched to her many, many times.
And she's going to swing at this one now. How about that? She was a little late at the swing, but you know what's good about that one? Keeps her alive in that bat on a good pitch.
It's a good duel. There's 2 down. Run scorer out there at second base is Ada. So any hit that lands is going to be a run.
And again, just staying alive. A little early on that one. Staying alive.
Little pace off the pitch then. That was interesting.
And why would she do something like that?
Oh, Bell's committed. I mean, you throw those sort of pitches to the strong batters, you know. You throw them to the 7, 8, 9, and that's probably the only pitch they can hit.
And a big battle here. And again, we are going to be entering our 8th or so pitch on this one. We've had 3 foul balls at a 2-2 count, so this will be pitch number 8 coming up. A real battle. You gotta love this, Lee.
Yes, I do. Bell White getting a lot of look at the ball, isn't she?
So is there a bit of gamesmanship between them right here? In fact, that Jade's trying to get ahead of Bell. Bell's trying to outthink Jade.
Something's going to happen on this pitch, I feel.
And again, chops it away.
Something did the same thing. Status quo.
9th pitch of the at-bat coming along, and Bell just takes a bit of a sigh here. Is it now? Is she fouling them off on purpose here? Is she not getting the pitch she wanted? Is she missing? What's going on?
A bit of both, I'd suggest.
Looking for the pitch, and
she's just thinking it'll be here. There'll be one I like.
Outside, so we're going to go to pitch number 10. Brings up the full count, and Ada Brinket-Tree will be going.
10 pitches, eh? You certainly got your fees paid for here.
Well, she's putting Jade Peterson to work. Pitch number 10 right here, and she's going to hit this high in the air. It's in foul territory. It's in play, and that is caught by Jenny Dunn. What a battle that was, won by Jade Peterson on a loud foul ball in front of spectators of a bunch of German Shepherds out there in left field. So you have to be happy with that if you're Jade Peterson in a 10-pitch epic, but it keeps it scoreless after 1.
After 1 innings.
Well, Lee, we saw a close one here 1 week ago on this time.
Oh, we did.
On Saturday, it was a 18 or 17-2 game. It wasn't quite the same story, but what a game that was with a 5-run comeback from Port Adelaide. And something tells me in a season that there hasn't been too many close games, believe it or not, despite the proximity of teams in relation to each other on the ladder. Something tells me tonight we're going to be in for a classic.
I think so. I think so. It's already started well.
So coming up, due up in this lineup here, we've got Jess Maslin, Maddie Rocher, and Jade Peterson. What do we know about Jess Maslin, the catcher for this team, who's coming up to bat first?
When she gets onto it, it goes. And that's what she'll be looking for, I think. And she's been catching a bit. Sorry, correction. She's been catching a bit this year.
And another Stars player as well.
Another Stars player. She's been the Stars team for the last couple of years, I think.
She tries to crack herself into a more regular role there. Only a handful of at-bats last year at the Stars team.
But I think, talking about the Stars, I think selection will be made very shortly, I think.
Yeah, we'll know who's on there, but we have Jess Maslin, Maddie Rocher, and Jade Peterson up to plate first. And Tash Straps, when she's throwing strikes, she's pretty good.
As you said before, Eric, having a quality catcher like Bell White is a big plus for you when you're pitching.
And 2 straight strikes to start this off. Jess was not impressed by that one. A bit of a shrug
pitches.
down the...
Yeah, identical pitches, I would have thought.
And Jess swings at that one. It's over towards short. Fleming over to first, and that just skips away from Georgie Baker at first. So Jess Maslin is going to reach first base here on what might be scored an error.
5 to error 3.
But that puts a runner on for the first time in the game for Maddie Rocher, another young rising star, now playing the hot corner.
Has to go short. Surely going to bunt.
You think bunt?
Yep.
She just watches that one go by, though.
Eventually.
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 Again, the object of the game, get them in scoring position here, and I think this is going to be one of those games where there's a bit of a battle for runs. Both pitchers, both defensives have been on form lately. And there's the bunt. It just drops down in front of Bell. Bell's going to gun it over toward first. Look, if you leave it in Bell's wheelhouse, she can gun players down. What a throw from the Aussie catcher. Impressive.
Yes, certainly was.
So Maddie Rocher will reach on a fielder's choice. But she's going to be out 1-4 over there from a gun-out play from Bell White. So Jade Peterson up to bat, the pitcher. Now goes against Tash Straps, pitcher-on-pitcher battle. Now, how's Jade Peterson? We know how she is as a pitcher. How she is as a hitter.
Can get the odd hit, and she'd be liking one now, I would say.
She's got a runner on first with 1 out. Swing and a miss there. So Tash, she's now again a couple little off-speed things that she's mixing in there. Is it her changeup that's her best pitch, the one that you have to really lay off of if you want to?
I think so. Yes, it's her best pitch, but she doesn't throw it a lot. So.
Look at that 3-pitch strikeout. Jade goes down looking. That strikeout number 3 here from Tash Straps, and Jade Peterson goes down. Now Jade is an extremely competitive person. She will not want to lose the strikeout battle today, and it looks like Tash might be giving her a run for her money.
Yes, certainly.
Well, she's throwing strikes quickly, too. It's not taking a while.
I was just going to say, the pace is up with Tash. Normally we see a few change-ups, but not tonight at the moment.
I mean, what an opportunity for her. Last year, you have a star import player in here who pitched the bulk of the games, especially late in the season, and this is hit high in the sky, and it is misplayed over there at second by Fleming. So that will be might be ruled an error once again. Either way, we're going to have runners in the corners.
And here comes the 13-year-old, Georgia Hooper.
With 2 outs and a runners on the corners. So, George, what a moment for here. So, defense letting them down just a little bit here, Sturt.
Yeah, good, excellent base running by Maddie Rocher. Sees the opportunity, got herself on third.
So,
we've got a 1-3 split.
2 runners on because of errors. But Georgia Hooper, the 13-year-old, to the plate. And as a pitcher, when you're going against an inexperienced batter, what is the mentality here? Just throw strikes? Do you make her chase, or do you toy with her? What do you do?
Just sit her down, I'd suggest.
But she's going to be ahead 2-0 here.
2 on the left, and she looks confident standing there, so maybe she's a mature 13-year-old, Eric. We'll soon see. One goes over the middle.
And a throw over to first, so Georgia Hooper now, 3-0 count. Tash, I'm sure, will be throwing a strike here. It's going to be tempting to just lay off a few pitches. So Tash Straps behind 3-0. Sophie Kinnear standing on first. Maddie Rocher standing at third. And the 13-year-old Georgia Hooper, the center fielder. 3-0 count versus Tash Straps. And what a nervy effort for her to load him up for Erin Harris. So her first at-bat is a 4-pitch walk to Georgia Hooper, and Erin Harris, the right fielder, with bases loaded. Rack 'em up, Lee. 2 outs, though. in an absolutely pivotal moment in the game. These are the moments that can really make or break a game.
5 pitches in a row that didn't hit the zone. Interesting.
And there's a strike. That's got to feel good a little bit for Tash Straps.
Yes, yes.
Take a look at the bases loaded. There's a lot of yellow and black around the base paths. And Erin Harris hits this over to her strap. She throws to first. She gets in a bit of trouble, and she gets herself out of it. No damage done. First time through the order. 2 outs, bases loaded, and the Tigers can't bring them home.
And it looked really threatening for the Tigers, but unfortunately for them, no score. It remains 0-0.
And that has to give a bit of a boost for Sturt heading into the bottom of the second here, knowing that they just got out of a really dicey situation.
Yes, it all adds up, doesn't it? You know, you come out and then you start swinging the bat, and you never know what's going to happen.
So Tash on 3 strikeouts here, and we said we were going to be watching the pitcher's duel and how many strikeouts go on each way, and sitting on 1 here. But she'll go against Jasmine Strandlands, all the way from British Columbia in Canada. If her parents, if her family, or if her friends are watching, g'day from Australia.
Okay. Vancouver or something like that?
From Vancouver,
okay.
Not the side of the track that I'm from, Lee.
Okay.
The side of the Big Duck.
Oh, the Big
Toronto.
Duck.
Yeah.
We haven't heard about the Big Duck for a while, Eric.
I'll tell you what, Seacombe's pants, if you take a look at their coaching staff, those yellow pants match exactly what the Big Duck is probably wearing.
I think they're doing that for your benefit.
I hope so. So Jess Strandland's going to settle in against Jade Peterson, and she's going to throw a good first pitch strike. Oh, first pitch ball. So I stand corrected.
Do you know much about her, this batter? I mean, I know where she comes from.
Well, not all Canadians know each other, Lee. I don't know too much about Jasmine Strandlands. I know that she was here, from what I understand, just sort of traveling around a little bit, and now she's playing softball for Sturt. And she's wearing a great number, a classic Canadian number, number 99. I like to think in my mind that it's in honor of Wayne Gretzky, the greatest athlete, most dominant athlete in any sport ever.
Reasonable.
Just ahead of Donald Bradman. Just ahead,
really?
just ahead of Donald Bradman.
Well, that's debatable, Eric, I'd suggest. But Gretzky, everybody knows the name Gretzky.
Exactly, that's impressive. And not everyone knows the name Bradman in Canada. That's the difference. That's the tiebreaker right there. Wayne Gretzky aside, Jazz Strandlands settling in here. She's pitched a little bit as well. So it gives them a nice little 1-2 punch with Tash Straps and Jazz Strandlands. We might see her pitch today if things get in that situation. But there you go. There's a walk issued. That's the first one of the day from Jade Peterson. So Lauren Fleming will come to the plate. We got the 2 Fleming sisters up to bat right now. What do we know about Lauren Fleming?
Well, she's the eldest of the 2 sisters, and she was a member of the successful under-19 Ellen McKenzie.
And she lays down a bunt, but
in 2015.
mishandled over at first base, so we got a runner over on first and second for Nicole Fleming, so no outs. Runner on first, runner in second, so there's bases loaded and threatening for the Tigers at the top half of the inning and the bottom half. We're looking at that again, and she's going to lay down a bunt down the line. That's a first strike bunt here from Nicole Fleming.
Little push bunt then, trying to get it, saw the runners coming in, the fielders coming in like Alice Prokopek, tried to push it over her head or to the side,
and you can see Alice Prokopek play in now.
Can we have both Flemings on base running?
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Jade's got her where she wants her. Runner on first, runner on second. Georgie Baker on deck. Lily Rashid in the hole. And just stays alive with barely nicking that there.
Well, there's life, there's hope.
There certainly is. Oh, 2 count. Jade Peterson versus the younger of the Flemings. And again, she stays alive, so it'll be a 5th pitch coming up here. All of them sort of under hard weather here. 0-2 count.
Yep. Georgie Baker, from memory, last season, or the season she played previously, can hit the ball.
So Nicole Fleming again, her 3rd straight foul ball. got to be frustrating on the mound here for Jade Peterson.
Yep.
Just can't get it across the line. But she'll like her chances here.
I think I'd throw off pace now, this pitch.
And that is going to an 0-2 hit Nicole Fleming. So we've got bases loaded and nobody out with Georgie Baker, who you seem to remember as a bit of a hard hitter, to the plate.
Yeah.
Sticky situation for the Tigers. And there's a ball. So Jade will need to dial up a strikeout or something here to help keep him off the runs.
Yes, certainly the pressure has been applied. Did she go? Yes,
She's called a strike. So it's a 1-1 count. And a key moment here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Falcons looking to strike first. Just outside. Oh, no. 2 balls, 1 strike. It was an interesting pitch, but 2 balls, 1 strike. Georgie Baker trying to keep the patience on. Swing and a miss, 2-2 count. So again, Jade Peterson getting her up to the 2nd strike. Can she deliver the knockout blow here and get 1 step closer to getting out of a difficult situation? Both Flemings on base. Strandland's at 3rd, and a big strikeout. She got her looking. Jade Peterson, boy, did she need that. Gets a valuable out. We got bases loaded still, but the first out of the inning, and that's a handy one to have.
I'm thinking I'm swinging on that. 2-2, I'm swinging.
Lily Rashid to the plate. She watches it outside. So Jade battling a little bit here. She's not hitting the strike zone like she likes the last few pitches, but she did work her way into a 2nd strikeout of the game so far.
Got to get at Lily here because Ada, we're at the top of the lineup with Ada. Ada can put the ball in the play and score a couple.
And a big swing and a miss there. Another nice pitch from Jade Peterson, who's got to dial it up a notch here. What do we know about Lily Rashid?
It's been playing A grade probably for 3 seasons now. I saw her initially start in schoolgirls and just hit the ball, athlete, could run the bases hard. And then she's played mainly at left field for Sturt.
1-2 count and a swing and a miss. 2 straight strikeouts from Jade Peterson, both with bases loaded.
Big comeback by Jade. That's what quality pitching does.
Top of the lineup, Ada Brinkett-Tree, 2 outs, bases loaded. She's the one that has the only hit of the ball game off of Jade so far. There's been a few other on base based on errors and a couple walks, but she singled up the middle, and it was a great battle last time, but bases loaded, coming off back-to-back strikeouts, and it's 0-1 count. And she swings at this one. It should be playable out in the outfield, and it is. Oh, it was a bit difficult, but Jenny Dunn brings in a great catch. With bases loaded, nobody out, and they're out of the jam.
It looked like it was clearing Jenny, but no, Jenny's excellent judgment.
Wow, and very similar. Both teams had bases loaded in the 2nd inning, and neither teams can produce any sort of runs on that.
We're getting some action, though, aren't we, apart from the runs?
You know, I love it, though. Like, it was a great battle. You have a couple. You have an error, then you have a walk, then you have a hit by pitch. Things not going your way, but what an effort from Jade Peterson to dial up 2 strikeouts and then get a well-hit ball and a catch there. And it's windy out here. The lights are a bit difficult. The lights just sort of changed here as the sun set. It's a tough catch from Jenny Dunn.
Yes.
A bit of a hook on it as well.
Yeah, but how do you get out for a situation like that and go down looking?
And Sturt will be spewing. You know, they had bases loaded, nobody out, and they got no runs.
No.
So opportunities that we might circle back here, and Jenny Dunn, who made the catch, is going to lead off the inning. Now, Tash Straps, we saw her a couple weeks ago on this broadcast. The interesting thing to follow with Tash is how does she do on her 2nd time through. Her last few games, she's been fine, but we'll see how the batters go now that they've seen her stuff once, and same with Jade going through it a 2nd time.
Good point, Eric. Very good point.
So Jenny Dunn watches a ball for the first one. She struck out swinging on her first at-bat. And She steps off the mound here. It looked like she was going in motion.
It was an illegal pitch.
So is she given a ball for that as well?
A ball, and if there was runners on base, they'd get an extra base.
Extra base, yeah, a balk.
But she went, the trouble was she went forward and stopped.
Yeah. So is that similar to a balk in baseball?
Yeah, similar sort of thing.
And this is hit up in the air, could be playable, and Belle White dives and makes the catch. Belle White with an A+ effort, a fantastic diving grab. That's how you make the national team, Lee.
Was executed like a national player would, wasn't it? Yeah.
And here's the replay.
Replay.
It was tough from our vantage point to see. It was chopped here. Look at Belle, charged for it, and what a grab.
Notice something, never took her eye off the ball, irrespective of where the fence or the first base player was.
Steph Hull to the plate. She hit one, she squeezed one down the line, and Sarah Tonkin stood in her way. And just going right back to Sarah Tonkin, and she can't handle this one. This was really hard hit all the way to left field. Almost took her head off, and Steph Hull crunches one down, and she gets on base.
Well, I claim her as a relative now after that shot.
Oh my goodness. That was duck and cover from Sarah Tonkin.
It was gone, wasn't it?
And you can see James Harris, bananas in pajamas, talking to Steph Hull over at first base. Alice Prokopek to the plate. She's got a .470 on base percentage, and she struck out once already today, but she's got a runner on base, and this is where Alice can really be effective.
This would be a good time for her.
And she's going to hit this over towards Sarah Tonkin, and she's going to hold, throw to first, and she got her just barely. A nice throw from Sarah Tonkin. Alice does advance the runner. Another nice play as Sarah moved over on a 5-3 hit. Take a look at this defensive play, Lee.
Yeah, didn't look like she was running that fast then. Maybe she was, but on the replay.
Slow motion replay.
Well, no, I think it's just different perspective.
And Jess Maslin bloops this over towards second. Nicole Fleming makes the catch, and just like that, we're out of the inning. So
something that looked promising.
A fantastic diving play. A quick hit over towards left. A second pitch swing from Alice Prokopek. And then Jess Maslin goes, was that 6 or 7 pitches to get out of that inning?
Not many.
So it's pretty efficient from the Tigers, or from Sturt. We've only played 33 minutes so far. And
what do they say? A quick game's a good game, Eric?
Yeah, a quick game's a good game so far, and we're going to head to the bottom of the third. So preliminary thoughts on this game so far, and in particular the defensive effort here now, or the pitching effort from Tash Straps.
Yes, it's both teams have threatened, haven't they, for the entire game, and just can't score a run.
No, they
look like your bases loaded, none out, and all of a sudden you're out of there, no score.
Now, due up this inning, you do have the big hitter and Belle White. What a catch that was.
Oh.
Jenny Gray will lead off the inning. Sarah Tonkin will follow her up. Then Belle White and Jess Strandland. So you'd think this first out for Jade Peterson is just
crucial.
Vital.
Yep.
And just to recap, anyone just joining us right now, it's no score so far. Teams both threatened with bases loaded in the second inning, and there was nothing doing either way. Bases loaded, no outs for Sturt. They couldn't score. Bases loaded, 2 outs for the Tigers, and they couldn't score. So Jenny Gray, who struck out swinging, she was the first victim of the 3 strikeouts through 2 innings for Jade Peterson, and she's going to throw one low to start it off.
Yeah,
now.
So far a lot of people left on base, and coaches will rue the opportunities where they're going begging.
It's sort of evened out, though, hasn't it?
It has. It has.
And a good strike, 1-1 count. So what do we know? Tell us about sort of the pitches that Jade Peterson might have in her arsenal.
Well, that's probably one of her better pitches to go to. She does throw it off pace.
And Jenny Gray lobs this over towards third base. Maddie Rocher just grabs it, probably a little out of foul territory, but either way, it's an out.
Yeah,
And
but
Maddie
not,
Rocher.
but getting back to Jade, she doesn't throw the off-pace one much, you know. Just a little subtle change. That's the experience of the girl.
Sarah Tonkin, she bunted in her first at-bat, 1-3 to get a runner on base and put someone in scoring position. She'll probably be swinging here, and she's a first pitch swing into foul territory. Coming on hard for this one is Erin Harris, but it's just a little too outstretched for her, and that drops in just for a loud strike.
Yeah, Sarah, extra base hitter normally when she's going well. So she gets into play. I'm thinking it's going to travel quickly.
And Sarah hits this hard over towards center field, and it's caught by the 13-year-old Georgia Hooper. And that was a hard hit ball.
Well, it was, but we were hoping for Georgia getting something like that, weren't we? Good luck to her.
That was a well-hit ball, and now
Yeah.
Belle White will come to plate, and that's, again, just crucial that they kept Belle White with bases clear. If she's going to score a run, she's going to have to put it over the park. We saw a home run last week. Not sure we'll see one tonight, though.
No.
And she's going to hit this hard again, and this is going right towards Hooper in center field, and Georgia Hooper. 2 straight catches on hard hit balls. Well done from the youngster, and that's a quick 1-2-3 inning as well here from Jade Peterson.
I'm sure Georgia's going to get a lot of confidence from those 2 catches.
So after 3 innings, we're scoreless. Opportunities have gone begging for both teams. So who's going to be the one that breaks through first?
Your guess is as good as mine, Eric, but...
well, it's a 50-50 guess, Lee.
Well,
so it's
yeah,
about a...
So we'll just see. Maybe this innings, one person will get on and that person will score a run.
Well, we thought that it would just take a couple runners to get on base and some of these clutch hitters in the lineups would get it done, but they've had the bases loaded.
Yes.
What's going on, Lee? So Tash Straps, she's been good through the lineup so far. She'll face Maddie Rocher, Jade Peterson, and Sophie Kinnear so far. Now, this was the start of the trouble the last time. Maddie Rocher, she reached on a fielder's choice, and then Sophie reached on an error. And so she's been through some trouble in the bottom. She's been all right at the top of the lineup. It's the bottom one that's given her trouble.
Yeah, yes.
So here we go. We're going to start the top of the 4th inning. It's a scoreless ball game. Glad you could join Eric and Lee at Softball HQ. 2 teams sitting on 3 wins. Both teams trying to become the first of 4 in the competition. Cement themselves at the top of the table.
Handy game to win this one.
Handy game to win this one. And this is a little bit outside.
Yeah, breaking sort of pitch.
So Maddie Rocher's been on base already. She was standing just a couple feet away from home plate.
I tell you what, Tash looks really confident tonight, standing on the pitching rubber.
A good pitch. So that changeup, that's the one that you got to lay off of, and that's what Kelsey Nucky was doing a bit of analysis for me before, saying that's the thing with Tash. If you can lay off the changeup, that's when you get your best chance. But if you bite on that, dead man walking.
Yeah, I personally don't think she throws it enough, actually, because especially the good batters, you know, like the strong hitters of the ball, their hands are around. Nothing you can do about it. Once your hands are around, you're committed on the changeup.
And she's going to hit this up the middle. This is going to be a tough play, and Maddie Rocher squeezes one through the infield, and that's a crucial leadoff runner. She's been on base twice today, Maddie Rocher, with a single up the guts.
Yeah, good start for the number 5 hitter this innings.
Jade Peterson went down looking, the pitcher for Seacombe, so now Tash, we'll see how she goes. I think this is the first leadoff runner she's allowed. Nope, she allowed one to Jess Maslin before, so she's been in some trouble.
Have to butt.
Swing and a miss. What do you know, Lee?
Well, I don't know much, Eric, obviously, but I'm still suggesting the bunt.
Well, we've seen that. We've seen the first pitch swing a couple times today, and then the bunt. Here it is. She's going to lay down the bunt. No, probably not the one that Jade wanted there. So
lucky guess, Eric.
She's behind 0-2. She's gone down once today to Tash Straps. She's got 3 strikeouts. Can she get number 4? Just stays alive.
Her job, Jade, here is just to put the ball on the deck somewhere, gives Maddie a chance to run. Put her in the scoring position. See if we can score somebody in this innings, Eric.
Runs at a premium.
At a premium.
And she just stays alive at this one. Now that one was looking outside, but do you swing at that? If you second guess yourself a little bit, do you have to just swing to keep yourself in the at bat?
I think so. I think once you commit yourself, but I'm thinking just put the ball on the deck and let Maddie run somewhere.
She's also struck out looking once already. And again, a few foul tips just to stay alive. And now this will be pitch number 6 here. That was the exact number of pitches that Tash had last inning.
I think I'd play slap here. I'd just get around early and just push the ball
on
the deck. Just slap it on the deck.
And a swing and a miss, so it's strikeout number 4 for Tash Straps. A good pitch, just broke at the last second there, and that's, I think, was that the changeup there once again that she's got? She's throwing it a lot more. So Sophie Kinnear to the plate. There's an error at the second, last time around by Nicole Fleming. But she's got a runner on first base, and there's the bunt where she was chasing.
Yeah, a little foul tip, straight through the bell. No harm done. Yeah, you get behind the count now.
Yeah, 0-2, and this is where Tash likes him. She was battling an 0-2 count the whole time, the whole way through the last batter, and she's raced ahead again. So this is savvy pitching. And a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5, and it's back-to-back strikeouts. Tash Straps, have yourself a game.
I don't think I've seen Tash pitch as good as this for a fair while. So full credit to her, but with the bunt, execute the bunt. Don't get fancy, just put the ball in the plate.
Only allowed 2 hits, but Georgia Hooper, the 13-year-old, will swing at this one, and it's a slow roller down the first base line, tagged out at first. So Tash Straps on the back of 2 strikeouts is out of the inning.
Yes, great innings for them, for the Falcons. That'll bring in the number 9 batter next turn at bat, next innings for the Tigers.
So I'm taking a look at Tash's performance so far here. So she's through 4 innings. She's allowed 2 hits, no walks. There's been a couple errors who have reached. So there's been 2 defensive errors. She's allowed 2 hits, struck out 5 with no walks.
Great start, isn't it?
Fantastic, and that's that's a performance that is giving your team a chance to win the ball game. And she's got out of a bases-loaded jam.
And when you've got a pitcher controlling things like that, your batters get a lot of confidence from it, and so they produce. So maybe this innings, the Falcons are going to produce something.
Well, Jade Peterson doesn't allow a lot of runs herself, so Tash would have had to be up to the challenge here. And there's Jade. She put herself in big problems in the second inning when the bases were loaded with nobody out, and she went strikeout, strikeout, fly out, and Jess Strandlands all the way from the Great White North will step in to lead off the inning.
The Great White North. More information on that, please.
On the Great White North?
Yes.
What do you want to know, Lee? Greatest country on earth.
Oh,
Oh.
I knew I shouldn't have asked for clarification.
From British Columbia, Jess Strandlands.
I've been fortunate enough to be in British Columbia. Vancouver, beautiful place.
Beautiful place. Have you been to Ontario, Lee?
No.
Well, make sure you hit up Toronto. Maybe the Big Duck will be there for you to see.
I have to see this Big Duck before I call it quits, I think, Eric.
Bucket list items. Jazz Strandlands, though, she reached with a walk and she chops this foul, so it's going to bring the count to 2s. She was standing on third with no outs and probably thinking, yep, here's a run. But Wayne Gretzky, or Jasmine Wayne Gretzky Strandlands, is that what we can call her? Number 99?
So. I think she'd wear that moniker.
I hope so, with pride, yeah. And she watches that strike go in.
Just sitting there, wasn't it?
It was sitting up for her, but Jade Peterson with yet another strikeout. That's number 4 on the day today for her. She's a little behind her average, though. She was going 43 strikeouts in 22 innings. She's now 4 strikeouts through 4 innings. Now, strikeout in an inning is...
Still time to get up there. Still time to get the average.
So the Fleming sisters to plate now. There's an error by the first baseman last time. That's how she reached.
And both of them were on, the sisters, last time. See what they can do this time. This is where they filled the bases.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lee. Lauren Fleming swinging a miss, and Jade Peterson is grooving.
She's looking for that 5th K, I think.
that's in the dirt. That won't get the strikeout done, but it just puts the guy 1-2.
That was a different sort of a pitch, wasn't it? You know?
Yeah, it took a bit off of it.
Yeah, Jess Masson's probably thinking, I wish he'd take 1 or 2 of bounces out of that one.
Lucky there's no runner on base.
Yes. Best time to do it.
Warren Fleming just stays alive, chops this foul. But
and a lot of foul balls tonight, hasn't there? A lot of balls hit back.
A lot of foul balls, a lot of strikeouts, not a lot of runs.
No, but plenty of people on.
But it is a pitcher's duel here. I don't know if we have any updates from the backfield. We'll endeavor to get some of those for you, but we're at about the halfway point of the ball game, and she's going to sky this just towards the Tiger dugout. Alice Prokopek goes and inspects that one, but I don't think she can jump that high, can she?
No.
So Lauren
Maybe Wayne
and Nicole.
Gretzky could have jumped that high.
Oh, he can do a lot of things.
Oh, I'm sure he can. How old is he?
Now?
Yeah.
He was born in 1961.
Oh, okay.
Lauren Fleming slaps this out to right field, and it drops in for a base hit. You'll take that one any way you can get him. Aaron Harris, watch that drop in.
It was just a controlled hit, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it didn't swing hard, just controlled the hit.
Literally lobbed in that awkward place between the first baseman and the right fielder. That first baseman can't play it.
No.
Right fielder can't get there in time, and not like right fielder was playing too far deep. It's just
clever hit it was.
So Nicole Fleming will come to the plate as they have a quick word with Jade Peterson.
There's a change in the lineup. Looks like Rachel Tonkin coming in the bat now for Nicole Fleming.
And I wonder if that will put her at second base as well too, Rachel Tonkin, if there will be a defensive sub as well. Rachel has played there in the past.
Yep.
So Rachel Tonkin in the game.
We'll see later on, won't we?
We will, but Rachel Tonkin up to bat now. Just the second hit of the ball game for Sturt. They've had 2 walks, an error, and now 2 hits. And Jade Peterson has 4 strikeouts as well. We'll see if Rachel Tonkin lays down the bunt. Nope, watches that one go down low, 2-0 count. Would she be looking bunt here? You'd think.
Well, perfect situation, 2-0. Just get around early and just put the ball down. Or not.
And this part of the lineup, for whatever reason, Jade
I
Peterson just having a little bit of
know.
trouble with. 3 balls, no strikes for Rachel Tonkin. Runner on first base. And she just watches that. She was not going to think about a swing at all.
Yeah, shouldered arms.
You could have thrown anything, and she wasn't swinging.
No. Ice cream, she wouldn't even have a lick.
Clever guy, Lee. And Tonkin hits this hard. This one is going to the outfield, and it drops. Rachel Tonkin with a clutch hit that gets all the way to the wall. Is this going to score a run? It is. Throw to the plate, and she's safe. Talk about clutch. The kid gets it done. Rachel Tonkin delivers the goods, and it's the first run of a scoreless ball game. It's 1-0.
Fantastic. Well, they knew something, the coaching staff of Sturt, didn't they? Bring Rachel in. I'm sure Nicole wouldn't mind being substituted for them.
Y'all want to win? Put Rachel in, and it's 1-0.
That's very good, Eric. You've been working on that.
I have. I spent hours working on that. And this is hit hard and ripped in between the gap from Georgie Baker, right in her wheelhouse. This is well played from Georgia Hooper, who gets this in there to stop any runs coming in, but runners on the corner. Tonkin at third, Baker at first. First pitch swing. That bottom of the lineup, Lee.
Consistent, isn't it?
And Georgie Baker got all of that. Now, actually, I thought that got down to the wall. That was actually a fantastic play there from Jenny Dunn, who took it off the bounce and threw it in. I thought that was off the wall and just a good throw, but Jenny Dunn did a great job there.
Easy with the replays. And
she's been in this situation before with bases loaded, no outs. It's now runners on the corners and 1 out in a 1-0 game. So Lily Rashid.
So Lily was struck out last turn at bat, her only turn at the bat.
So 2 hits in a row, a double and a single. Has put Sturt in the driver's seat here as we reach minute 50 here, and this is going to be chopped over towards short. Throw to first, have to make this play. Throw to home! And she's out at home. A bang, bang play. The throw had to be perfect. It was. Jess Maslin got it done, and that should end the inning. How about that, Lee? Look at this replay right here. A hit over towards short. Hull, throw to first. Now look at this throw from Alice Prokopek. Perfect tag from Jess Maslin. And Rachel Tonkin was gunned out. That's an exciting way to end it.
Wasn't it? Wasn't it perfect from Alice? I mean, she hasn't been hitting at this stage, but lovely play there for a double.
So a 6-3-2 double play. But look at this play once again on a different angle here. I think it was a good call from the umpire. I think it was just close. We'll see if we can get another look at that once again. I think those are the two angles we've got, though. And here's the replay one more time. We'll watch closely the home plate play, but look at this perfect throw from Alice, and maybe you can walk us through this throw and where it has to be to get the runner out as well.
Oh, well, it was a little bit wide to the right of Jess Maslin, but she swept it across pretty well. The ideal throw is just down there, just where they're, because their feet or their hands are coming in. It's one or the other it's going to touch.
Oh, a great ball game we've got here as we're going to start the 5th inning with Jenny Dunn, Erin Harris leading off. Erin Harris today, she grounded out 1-3 to end the 2nd inning. This is her 2nd at bat all the way in the 5th inning, so they've done a good job of being very efficient in the last 2 innings, just 8 batters.
Yep.
But Tash Straps has put on a gem tonight.
See, that's a good pitch, that pitch. Just a little low, but boy, they're hard to hit. You just ground out with those, you make contact. There's one.
And a big strike thrown there by Tash Straps. She's on 5 strikeouts, 1-0 ball game. Still got 40 minutes to play. This one might beat the clock. And she swings at this one. This is chopped over towards short. Throw to first. Got her. And you do see the defensive change as Rachel Tonkin is standing over at 2nd base now.
Yep.
We'll turn it over, though, back to the top of the lineup. Jenny Dunn, she's 0 for 2 today. First pitch was a strikeout swinging, then absolutely robbed on that foul ball and a fantastic play. Or was that play? Yeah. As this is grounded over towards first. Straps throw to first. Safe.
Excellent base running.
Jenny Dunn. A Ferrari out there hustling down the first base line, and Jenny Dunn wheels one out. She's on base with a great infield single as you get a quick look at the replay here. Good bunt.
Look at that running.
Perfect technique.
Yeah.
And look at the form from James Harris on the clap.
All the way, didn't she?
And again, they're swinging at the first pitches here. Throw over to second. Safe. It was a heads-up play, Tonkin to Tonkin. And they couldn't quite make the play, so we've got runner on first and second all of a sudden with just 1 out. So Steph Hull reaches as well. So 2 infield singles.
Yeah, on the fielder's choice, and it's the girl we spoke about, Alice Prokopek. This will be a good time to hit a long ball.
Look, Alice, she's 0 for 2 today. Hasn't really hit it the way she wanted. She struck out, and then she got a soft hit that went to Tonkin. But runner on first and second. And this one drops down a little bit low. Alice Prokopek has made a great return to the game of softball after not playing for a few years.
Yes, and she's had the injury problems.
And it's great to see her healthy and playing well.
Certainly is.
And a big opportunity right here to try to level up this ball game. And she gets a good chunk of this one. It's in foul territory. Georgie Baker lets this drop in front of her. It's just a loud strike, and Alice has some second life in the at-bat.
Yes, umpire Bendel called, as he should, infield fly. If fair, it was not fair, so it's just a foul ball. For those out there in softball land that don't understand that one.
And those listening all around the world.
Yes. Maybe Wayne's listening.
And a good hold off there from Alice, and she's got a hitter's count. It's 3-1. Runner on first, runner on second, top of the 5th inning. Seacombe need to manufacture some runs.
I'd have a dip at this, I think.
And Alice has a hack at that one, and she swung at the right one. She just missed it a little bit. It was the pitch she wanted.
Yep. It's what happens when you get ahead in the count when you're batting.
Full count, runner on first, runner on second. Hull on first, Dunn on second. Tigers one behind. And Alice just stays alive. She let that go, might have been on base, but it's one of those dicey ones. You better safe than sorry, and maybe she can get that hit and drive one home.
Yes, it's split-second timing, isn't it? Split-second decision. You need to make your mind up quickly. I'm letting it go or I'm swinging.
And she hits this one hard. This one going towards second, and it's caught by Tonkin.
Out on the infield fly rule.
Runners will stay put. And Jess Maslin with a runner in scoring position. She reached on an error, and she flew out to the second baseman. Jess Maslin can hit the baseball when it's in her wheelhouse. The Stars player, the catcher today, she's called a pretty good game for Jade Peterson. Now she has a chance to deliver.
It's a big good time, good time.
And Maslin swings at the first one.
And then she's disappointed with herself then, Jess. She was on the back foot then.
They've had
no power into it.
In the second, they had bases loaded with 2 outs, and in this inning, they've got runner on first and second with 1 out, and they're getting close to getting out of this jam. Did that hit her? No, she just jumped out of the way.
Brought great mirth from the pitcher and the batter.
Chops it foul, so she's a strike away from getting through 5 clean. Still yet to reach the hour mark in this one. And Seacombe will be running out of outs and chances sooner rather than later.
Yes, that's how it goes, doesn't it?
And this is an opportunity and a half right here.
Just a hit that lands out there is the tying run.
And this is hit hard, deep to left field. This is back, and this one is gone. It's magic from Maslin, and with 1 swing of the bat, it's 3-1 Tigers.
Wow. We saw one on Saturday, Eric. That was just as clean. What a time to do it with 2 on.
2 on,
now
2 strikes. And it's 3-1 in 1 swing of the bat. Jess Maslin, the Stars player, just got it done, and that was cranked. And look at the smile on her face as she is greeted by a bunch of happy Tiggies at home plate. So it was 1-0. Now it's 3-1, and Maddie Rocher, she's reached base both times. She's 1 for 1 in the game. She's reached on a fielder's choice, however, in the first one.
Yes, it's a hard time to come in when the previous batter has cleaned up for 3 runs.
What a hit. Now, this is an important batter for Tash. He pitched so wonderfully. It's just that one pitch.
Yeah, she's thrown that sort of pitch, that type of pitch, a fair bit in the last couple of innings, but without success. It's just been a little bit low.
Well, I'm happy I got to see that home run. That's the first one I've seen here.
Is it? Okay.
That's been outside of the park. I've seen a couple insiders. Girls hustling around the diamond, but that was
lucky
smoked.
to have seen 2 in a few days, actually. So maybe Saturday coming, we might see another one.
And a good pitch right there. It's a 3-2 count.
And I think Maddie thought after went through, yes, I should have swung at that. I think she had that look of disdain on her face.
And this is hit over towards second, and it's off Tonkin's glove, and that's going to be a hit. I think that'll be ruled as a hit. That was a pretty good effort there from Maddie Rocher to get on base, and they'll keep on having an opportunity with Jade Peterson to the plate now.
Jade's been struck out 2 from 2. Let's see if she can improve on that.
1 looking, 1 swinging.
Yeah.
So the Tigers take a big 3-1 lead here in the 5th inning, and she hits this hard. This one's back over towards left field. Lily Rashid settles under it, and that gets out of the inning. Wind might be blowing out there a little bit. But the Tigers plate 3 on the back of a monster shot from Jess Maslin. I'm not too sure if we have the ability or not here. We'll see if we can pull the replay up of that home run once again in between the break, just to give a little bit of awe and, you know, see it in all its glories.
Yep.
And there it is again. You can see just at the end there.
Lily's saying, it's over. I'm not climbing the fence for that.
She had a great hack at that one, as you see it just rattle up there. And again, look at this $1 million smile from Jess Maslin. That's the difference maker in this game, the 3-1. You know, call me a small Italian boat, Lee, because that ball was gondola.
Well, oh, gondola, okay. That's not bad, Eric, for you. A gondola, yes, okay. I thought you might say something like it's Bart's father. A Homer.
There you go. You got to go with the puns, Lee.
I thought that's what you were going to say.
That's a Bart's father. It's all right from you, Lee. I've heard better from you.
Well, we've only been going 5 innings. So.
Yeah, we still have a lot to play here as we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 3-1 game on that one swing of the bat, and Jay Peterson will be feeling pretty good. But yeah, it's going to be their 3rd time through. You see him a little bit differently this time. Some experienced batting coming up, and Ada Brinket-Tree will get this going. This inside, Ada's 1 for 2. She led off the game with a little squeaker through the infield.
I wouldn't throw it up to her on the outside because it just goes straight over shortstop's head to the fence on that pitch. Seen it many times like that. No score from the other game on Diamond 2? Eric?
Not quite yet, quite yet, Lee, but this game should be over around now, but it's Port Adelaide in the backfield.
Now 35.
You hear some cheers from back there, though.
Good turn at bat, Ada. She just gets her money. Patient, gets her money's worth. Excellent lead-off hitter for a team.
I mean, certainly working the count a little bit here as well, too. And she's going to take a crucial lead-off walk, and there's some serious speed on the base pass. They don't have to get both the runs to make up the difference in this inning, but one sure would help.
Yes, it would. It'll be an answer. It'll be a reply to Seacombe's 3 in that previous innings.
Now we'll see if Jenny Gray just lays down the bunt here, and they try to chip away. It looks like she's showing that. She's going to lay down a good bunt here. Throw over to first, and it's dropped. Runner on first, and advances all the way to third.
It's come off the glove and hit Sophie Kinnear up in the shoulder, I think. Up in the point of the shoulder. Yes, it's hurting. As it would.
We'll have someone take a look at Sophie here. I hope she's all right. Absolutely. And yeah, just took a weird hop off it. And you can see Sophie right here just try to walk it off. As the Tigers coaching staff will have a look, but no outs and runners on the corner, and Sarah Tonkin up to bat here. Her sister, Rachel, delivered a double.
That 2-run lead by the Tigers is looking a little shaky at the moment.
It is, and they've been in this, Jade's been in this situation before, though. She had bases loaded and nobody out, and they got it done.
Experienced pitchers find plenty, don't they?
So Scott had to get out there having a couple words. What would he be saying?
He'd be saying, look, don't worry about cooking the evening meal tonight. Just get the next 3 out.
And a few chirps from the crowd. I believe that was Sarah's father chirping her.
Possibly. So in scoring position, chasing 2, none out.
So Sarah Tonkin, now a multi-sport athlete, a star hockey player we learned the other day. That goes a little bit high.
Star hockey player, she's not Canadian. I don't believe it.
I know.
Are you serious?
That's what I've heard some rumors.
Oh, okay. Rumors, that's unusual for softball.
No. And a good pitch here from Jade. It's going to be called a ball, though, so Sarah does a good job of laying it off. I thought that might have been a strike, but it's going to be 2 balls, 1 strike. Sarah Tonkin trying to drive some home, and she's going to put this sky high, and that's going to give us 22 on the board here. 2-2 count. Little under half hour to play. Game in the backfield still not quite over yet from all reports. Here we go. And she's going to hit this over towards foul territory, still 2-2. Now, the game's still not over back there. They haven't come past here. There's a little fear of a mercy rule of the grumblings before the game. But Port Adelaide are feisty.
Yes, seems like the case. 13-3
Walkerville. There we go. 13-3 Walkerville is the update on the back of the field. So Walkerville, I think that puts them at 3 wins on the season as well with a victory here.
Okay.
But who will be the first to 4? As long as it's not a tie, it'll be one of these teams here tonight.
I'm telling you, Sarah won't go down looking.
It's a full count. Yeah, runner on first, runner on third. And Sarah puts this high in the air. Center fielder coming on, and well played from Hooper.
And Jade Peterson gets in the great backup position. Then straight away, a lot of pitchers, even in A-grade competition, will not go and put themselves in the backup position. It's fantastic. George is having a good night out there.
With Belle White coming up here. And you saw the runner tag up. So there's a runner on second and third, sorry now. But Belle White with a runner on second, runner on third, and 1 out. Belle White.
You know what I'll be doing here? Passing her up.
Oh, you would. Hello. And there you go. Lee, get you out there. And that's a big call. They decide to take their chances with the crazy Canuck. Instead, in Jess Strandlands.
Right.
Jazz Strandlands. Bases loaded. Rack them up for the second time tonight. She watches that one go high. 3-1 ball game.
Yeah, but they had to pass Bell up then on the hiding for nothing.
Too risky.
Yeah, too risky.
They'll leave it in the hands of the Canadian. 1-0 count. She's 0 for 1 today. She's walked and struck out looking, and now it's 1-1 count. Jade Peterson with only 4 strikeouts today. It's low for her count, still a solid effort.
Interesting, very slow hands into the ball.
From Jazz.
With Jazz, yeah.
Two balls, 1 strike, bases loaded.
Yes, the intentional walk doesn't go down too well with the batting team supporters, but that's a part of the game.
And now she's going to get an opportunity. Talk about a hitter's count. 3-1 count. Bases loaded. Team down by 2, getting in the late stages of the ball game.
Free swing.
And she swings at that one. That's tipped off the helmet there of Jess Maslin. She looks all right, the home run hero. But it's a full count.
Looked like it came off her fingers too, Jasmine, on the right hand.
Lauren Fleming standing on deck. This is Jazz Strandlands. 1 swing of the bat can give them the lead. And she's going to chop this foul. She just stays alive. We've had a few good battles today, and this is going to rank up near the top of them.
Looked like a Lauren Fleming shot then, just a little punch, trying that little punch shot. Clear the infield.
Trademarked by Lauren Fleming now.
Yes, I think so.
And a swing and a miss, a huge strikeout from Jade Peterson. She's done this a couple times now. So it's bases loaded, 2 outs. Can she get out of another bases loaded jam?
Well, she got a safe hit previous turn at bat, Lauren. This is what she started off that rally.
Well, Sturt are 0 for 5 with bases loaded today.
Gee, 0 for 5.
Or 0 for 4, sorry. 0 for 4, Lee.
Yeah, it's you might tend to rue that by the end of the game.
So Lauren,
we don't know.
Lauren reached on an error. She had a single, a little bloop to right. She got bases loaded here.
She lands one somewhere out in the green. It'll bring one run in at least.
And a swing and a miss. 0-2 count, so she's one strike away from getting out of a jam again.
Got to go down swinging. You can't go down looking in this situation.
And this is hit high in the air, over towards first. Prokopek calls him off. She makes the catch amidst the collision. And believe it or not once, not twice, but it's twice. Once and twice. They've got out of a bases loaded jam with allowing nothing to cross the plate.
Yeah, fantastic for the Tigers.
So we're through 5 innings, and it's a 3-1 game thanks to a Jess Maslin home run. Rachel Tonkin rather, delivered a clutch RBI double to score the only run for Sturt. And Seacombe are going to go out there again with a chance to bat. I think they'll try to take as much time as possible. It's a 90-minute game here in softball. And we've got about 17 minutes or so left on that clock. So if they can really stretch it out a little bit.
Yep. That's what they'll be doing. Although that's what West Torrens did against Port.
And it didn't work, did it?
It didn't work. Because whatever happens, you need 3 outs. Well, that's what they did. Yeah, so they'll be cock a hoop now, the Tigers.
Well, Tash has pitched a wonderful game so far. It's just that one monster shot has been the backbreaker so far, and it's the difference in the ball game. But Sophie Kinnear struck out her last time at bat.
Batter 7, 8, and 9 this time. There's the changer.
And then she'll be going through them the 4th time through, so really she does need to get these outs. And this is hit over towards second, and Tonkin moves in, grabs it, throw to first,
well
one down.
Yeah. One bounce, played that well, Rachel.
Ever since coming in the game, Rachel Tonkin's had to make a couple pretty key defensive plays, and she has that RBI, so good for her. Very good indeed.
Earn her stripes tonight, and she, Rachel. Now here's Georgia, the 13-year-old, who's been quietly impressive.
Georgia Hooper, she has been on base already, and this is line down the line.
Hasn't looked phased out by the situation at all. Just have a look at her on the replay, on the live shot now, how young she looks in the face there.
13 years old.
Yeah.
And she's going to hit this hard over towards right field, and that's a nice catch as well. Coming in, Ada Brinket-Tree makes a nice grab. So Georgia's getting good contact, but there's 2 down in a quick start here.
She'll sleep well tonight, Georgia. She'll say, gee, did I enjoy that game.
Aaron
and
Harris.
If they get away with a win, it'll be a plus.
Erin Harris now batting. She has made contact both times. She's 0 for 2. Went at 1-3-6-3, so grounded out to the pitcher, grounded out to the shortstop.
I think she's a B grade or C grade player, or I don't know the girl that well. 2 lovely pitches to start this turn.
Well, Tash is not mucking around this inning.
No.
0-2 count. And she swings at that one, and that's strikeout number 6 from Tash Strapp, so it's an efficient inning. Lasts just a couple of minutes. We're going to head to the bottom of the 6th. We're flirting with getting the full 7 innings in here with still 15 minutes to play. It's been a great ball game so far, but Sturt now with 6 outs to work with.
Very good innings by Sturt then, because as you said, Eric, that Seacombe needed to just take up a bit of time. They didn't.
And we'll get the bottom of the lineup here as well, too. Both sides mirroring each other. And then, again, the teams will be going through the lineups for the 4th time.
Unbelievable.
And it's a final on the backfield, so Walkerville now moved to 3 wins on the season.
Okay. Out of 4 matches?
Yep. So Walkerville will move to a record. Sorry, Walkerville, this is their 4th win of the year. This is their first 1 to 4. Walkerville now are 4 wins and 2 losses.
2 losses, yeah.
So Walkerville right now stand alone in first with 4 wins and 2 losses. Good for Walkerville. They're always a threat, though, that club. They always keep coming back stronger. They're the reigning minor premiers from last year for a reason, Lee.
Yes, certainly.
Rachel Tonkin, 1 for 1 on the day. She has that big RBI double. And it drops down a little bit low, 1-1 count.
She'd be looking to get a little bit greedy here, right?
You think?
Get another one, get another hit.
All right. And this is hit up in the air. Moving over to play it is Holt.
Hull.
And that is 1 out. So Georgie Baker crunched one earlier and a line shot over towards left field. That a nice little play from Jenny Dunn, probably saved a run.
Yes, certainly.
Nice play from Dunn, saved a run. Oh, a poet.
Yes, and don't know it.
And I don't know it. And this is hit hard again over towards left. She's got to watch this one go, and this is going to rattle up against the wall. A huge hit from Georgie Baker, and she steps in. Georgie Baker, the hit maker. It's a single and a double on the day for Georgie, and there's a runner in scoring position for Lily Rashid.
Yes, from my memories, Georgie Baker can hit the ball hard.
Twice she's done that, same spot.
Yep.
So
looks like Millie Fidge, doesn't it? Is that Millie Fidge? It looks like.
On the pinch runner, yep.
No, it's a batter here.
That's the batter.
Wow.
Yep, Millie Fidge. Coming into the ball game, a bench player here. She's a young one as well, 15 years old, and she's got a runner in scoring position with Ada Brinkett-Tree on deck. So this is a big opportunity from the youngster. Millie Fidge, daughter of the great Darren Fidge, a very well-known name around these parts.
And Annie.
And Annie Fidge, another one that's very well known. We got.
And Ruby, I don't know about the dog. I don't know whether they have a dog.
Yeah, I'm sure they're she's pretty good at baseball and softball as well, too.
I bet the dog can run.
Basketball, they play them all these sports. These Fidgies are quite athletic. Millie Fidge with a runner in scoring position, watches that zip by. Jade Peterson could be her mother.
I wonder what she's thinking, Millie, standing there.
RBI.
Yeah, RBI probably.
And she swings that one up high. It's a 1-1 count, but she took a big hack at that one.
From the rafters.
From the rafters. A runner on second. Millie Fidge, 15 years old, goes up high, 2-1 count. From Lily to Millie.
Don't be silly.
Don't be silly. And that one's rolled in there, so it's a 3-1 count. I wonder if it'll be tempting just to lay off of it.
Well picked up by Jess Maslin then. She's had a good night behind the plate.
And Ada Brinkett-Tree knows how to bat as well. Will be up to bat on deck, so a big opportunity to manufacture some runs. And that's in for a strike, full count. No, it's a walk. Millie Fidge does the job. She looked a little unsure of it when she was sitting in there, but Millie Fidge has a runner on first and second for Ada Brinkett-Tree. She walked her last time at bat. She's 1 for 2 on the day with a walk.
Has to bunt.
The captain of the Stars. She lays down the bunt, and it's a beauty. Throw to first. She's safe. For the third time today, load them up. The third inning, they've had bases loaded. They are 0 for 5 with the bases loaded. And Jenny Gray, another 15-year-old, the DP, has a big opportunity to drive them home.
Great signs for the future, isn't it, in our sport?
Jenny Gray, bases loaded. What an opportunity for the youngster. As we said, 0 for 5 Sturt for day. That's been the game story. And here's the pitch. And this is going to be chopped down the line, and it just goes foul. An exciting play as players were running down there hard down the first base line. And Abby Mossman, the pinch runner around there at third base. She's running down hard. So Sturt using the bench here pretty well. An 0-2 count though, Jenny Gray. And this is hit hard, and this is going to be drifting foul. It's just out of the reach of Jenny Dunn, who's played a great game out there as well.
Tell you what, that's a fair hit from a young person like Jenny.
So Sarah Tonkin and Belle White on deck for Sturt. Massive opportunity. We reach the 80th minute here. If we get to 90, could we be flirting with a tie, flirting with a walk-off win from Sturt? There's a lot of different options here. The key thing that you got to think about is just get the outs.
Roll the dice.
Huge batter. Swing and a miss. Sturt now 0 for 6 with bases loaded, and another massive punch out from Jade Peterson. Make it 6 strikeouts from Jade, and 2 outs. Sarah Tonkin to the plate.
At the last 2 of her 3 turns at bat.
And she hits this hard. This is going towards center field, and it is played by the center fielder, the 13-year-old Georgia Hooper. And once again, Seacombe get out of a bases-loaded jam. Sturt now 0 for 7 on the day with them racked up.
Fantastic comeback, wasn't it? You know, and finally got some runs when Jess put one over the top with 2 on. And that's what the difference is at this stage.
Well, we will be playing 7 innings here, as we'll start a new inning at 7. No new innings past the 9th inning, but we have to finish the inning, especially with Sturt down by 2 runs. They will get a chance to bat, so we will be seeing this through. 3 times, as you see the field on the back one, there's the winning Cats walking by. They're the first team to 4 wins at 4-2. If Seacombe holds on, it'll be 4-2 for them, and if Sturt can come back and win with this one, they'll sit at top of the table with a pretty 4-1 record. Jenny Dunn will lead it off. She's 1 for 3 on the day. She had a single and scored on that moonshot from Jess Maslin. So top of the order, 4th time through.
Yes, well, what's going to happen this innings? They had a very quick innings batting-wise, the Tigers' last innings, so see what they can do this time. Starting with the best hitter in their side, I would think.
Yeah, and she needs to get on base, and she can help expand that run. I mean, we've seen Sturt put themselves in scoring positions. You can just think of what the difference would be if they had just 1 or 2 hits. If they had 1 hit, it would have been at least a tie. 2 hits, Sturt are in front.
Yep.
And this is hit hard. This is over towards left field. Moved over there for the catch. And Lily Rashid makes the out. That's 1 out. So Steph Hull will come in here. It was a very efficient 1-2-3 inning last time, but for those joining us here in an exciting finale and conclusion to this one, it's a 3-1 lead for Sturt. Tash Straps has been pitching brilliantly, but a big difference was a 3-run monster shot from Jess Maslin, and this is hit hard, and that's a line out. But other than that, she's worked quickly. Just like that, it brings up Alice Prokopek with 2 outs. Alice is 0 for 3.
Big comeback by Tash here. These 2 innings.
I'll tell you what, she'll want to avoid Jess Maslin, I'm sure. And she's going to swing at this one. First pitch, throw across the diamond, and how quick was that? Easy as 1-2-3 for Tash Straps. That's going to be the end of the game for her. She's going to pitch 7 innings of solid baseball, or softball rather, allowing just 3 runs. She allowed 4 hits, and she struck out 5 on the day. So a great effort from Tash Straps.
I think it's as good as I've seen her pitch for a fair while now.
All you can think of what could have been if she just missed. She missed 1 pitch the whole game.
Yep.
And Jess Maslin made her pay heavily.
Big time.
So it's the last chance to dance as Jade Peterson comes to the mound once again. She's working on 6 strikeouts as well. I'm going to look through it right here. She's allowed just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. She's walked a couple, but 5 hits, couple walks, and 6 strikeouts. And the most important one is just the 1 run allowed so far, and that's pretty standard, par for the course for Jade. But again, big thing is they are not allowing anything really to happen when bases are loaded.
No, that's true, but it's been a very good game to watch. There's been lots of action.
So they got 3 outs to work with. We saw a crazy bottom of the last time we were out here. Lee and Belle White, the Aussie Spirit starting catcher, is going to try to get it done. 3-1 ball game. Seacombe leads Sturt. Sturt will be ruining their opportunities. 0 for 7 with bases loaded on the night, but the bases are empty here.
At the moment.
She was intentionally walked last time up, and she's gonna be hit by the pitch and get on base here. So the tying run comes to the plate in Jazz Strandlands. She struck out twice though.
And a base on balls.
I'll tell you what, Jazz would have probably heard stories about Jade Peterson before this game, and now she knows firsthand.
Exactly.
And she swings to the first pitch here, and this is chopped foul.
As I've mentioned before, very slow hands. So maybe that's...
Now, is that good, bad? What does that mean?
Well...
What does that mean, Lee?
It means you're not getting them around quick enough, I would think, Eric. So there's no snap in her hands.
She shows the bunt. She's saying she went around. It's 0-2. Just got to do anything to get these runs across. They're too shy of tying this one up, but they got all their outs to work with in their hand right now.
May still go. May still try the bunt.
And it's 3 strikes, and she's out for the 3rd time today. 7th strikeout from Jade Peterson. Apologies to hear my sneezing here for all the listeners at home. But Lauren Fleming, 1 for 3 on the day. 1 out, runner on first. She represents the tying run. A couple times ago, it was that nifty little blooper into right field. But Seacombe are 2 outs away from going Collins. Equal top with Walkerville.
It's Claire Collins, new hitter.
Oh, Claire Collins, sorry, new hitter.
Laura.
Claire Collins.
Number 26.
What do we know about her?
Young player. Tried out for 17s, I think it was this year.
And Claire watches one go by. So Jade Peterson, standard 7 strikeouts from her. You come to expect that from her.
Yep.
She's up to 50 on the season, and we're just 6 games in. And a swing and a miss, and she's a strike away from pushing them on the brink of victory. And a swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 8 for Jade Peterson. She gets clear to swing. And the last hope in this one comes through the woman responsible for the only run of the game, Rachel Tonkin. She had an RBI double way back in the 4th. It's a 3-1 ball game. 8 strikeouts from Jade Peterson. Again, Lee, can't mention it enough, that 0 for 7 with bases loaded for Sturt. 3 different innings they had them, and they couldn't get it done.
No, I know, and that's the beauty of this game. One of these little intricacies that happen. Get people on base, you can't score them. Sometimes you get 2 people on base, they both score. Other times you get 8 on, 3 score.
It's a funny game, this one.
Yeah, that's what makes it appealing, I think, Eric.
And this is hit over, and this is a base hit. Rachel Tonkin delivering the goods today. She's going to advance the runner to third. The tying run on first base. The go-ahead run will come to the plate, and Georgie Baker has smacked it around the park a little bit today as well.
Lovely hit by Rachel again for a second hit.
So Georgie Baker is 2 for 3. She struck out looking her first at bat, then she crushed one to left field, and it was a great play by Jenny Dunn to keep the runner and held at second base and not scoring. And then it was a big double, which put themselves, which led to another bases loaded situation for the Sturt Falcons. And yeah, now we got runners on first, runner on third, and the the go-ahead run, Georgie Baker to the plate.
Well, they've already used their 1 intentional walk for the game, so they can't use it on Georgie Baker, which I would do at this point if they hadn't done it to Bell, because she can crack the ball a long way.
And a big strike and a throw over towards second, and they're going to have the runner in the rundown. Here we go. Tonkin's in some trouble. A slide into first, and that ends the ball game. Seacombe tag him out. They catch Tonkin on the rundown, and the Tigers go to 4-2. It'll be a final score of 3-1 here, and They get out of a jam as they've done all day. A heads-up play from Maslin trying to get her on this steal,
the run
and they
counts.
take her down.
The run counts. Yeah.
The run will count, though.
Yeah,
they did score a
3-2.
run, so it'll be 3-2, rather.
It was out before it was scored before the play was
Yeah,
made.
scored before the play, but here it is. So they showed up the bunt here, and it was just a heads-up play from Jess Maslin to gun her down to end the game. Jess Maslin, what a ball game she had.
Certainly
Lee, we're going to
has.
grab a post-game interview as soon as we can here, I believe, but let's just get your thoughts on the game, and maybe you can recap the game for us just a little bit here.
Well, it was a very interesting game to watch, this game between Seacombe and Sturt. Rachel Tonkin came in cold as a pinch hitter and remained in the game and produced 2 doubles at a time in the game. Georgie Baker was cracking the ball all over the place. As I said, with Rachel Tonkin, she helped to score the only run that Sturt got, the only run up to that stage. But it finished up a 3-2 game. So, yes, an entertaining game, I think.
And an excellent game, Lee. 3-2, a very close one. Again, it's those bases loaded situation for Sturt that they just couldn't get going, but it was the 3-run shot that was the difference maker.
Yeah, it certainly was. And Jess Maslin will sleep well tonight, and she'll be pretty pleased about that shot.
Well, I'm going to go down there and try to grab a couple interviews, Lee. Thanks for joining us once again here. We got another big one on Saturday night. I'll be back. I'm going to go try to grab Jess Maslin and Jade Peterson. So we'll be back after this. It's 3-2, the final here. Stand by for an interview with a couple Seacombe players.
Thank you, Eric, and good night, everyone.
We're down here with a trio of Tigers down here, or Triple J. We've got Jade Peterson. We've got Georgia Spout with a J. Georgia Hooper, 13 years old in just her second game. And Jess Maslin, the home run hero. What a game it was. 3-2, just thrilling all around it. Now, Jade, you had 8 strikeouts on the game, par for the course for you in general here. But what was different about this one is Sturt, you held them to 0 for 7 with bases loaded. What goes through your mind as a pitcher when you got them all racked up like that?
It's pretty nerve-wracking. We always have a really good game against Sturt. They're very strong hitters, so yeah, it was a bit scary.
Yeah, and 4 strikeouts when they were up there with bases loaded as well, too. Yeah. So you're trying to go out there and throw those strikes, and is that what you're working on, or is it just on getting the ball in play? Or what? Take us through it.
Pretty much just getting the ball in play to get outs, yeah, rather than striking them out.
Well, Jade, another fantastic game from you. Only a handful of hits, a couple bases loaded jams, but you got out of all of them, which was unbelievable, and congrats on going 4-2.
Thank you.
So we're going to keep moving down here. Now, Georgia, this was just your second game at this level. You're 13 years old. Do you feel out of place, or do you feel part of the team? Like, what's it like as such a young player on this team?
Well, it's definitely a good experience, and I don't really feel out of place because all the girls are really supportive and they just make it really, good, yeah.
Now, I know I would be just terrified, but there was a couple times out there with bases loaded, and there were some really hard hit balls from some really good players that were hit right in your direction in outfield. Every time you made it look calm, cool, and collective. Tell us honestly, were you a little bit nervous coming out there?
Yeah, a little bit, especially since there's so much pressure because there's bases loaded and it's such a tight game.
So you must be happy with your first performance.
Yeah.
Well, Georgia Hooper, thank you so much for joining us, and congrats on a fantastic performance today.
Okay, thank you.
And now we've got the home run hero here. It was pure magic from Jess Maslin. Jess, 2 outs, runners on first and third, and it was the difference maker. They scored 2 runs, Seacombe scored 3, and it was all on one swing of the bat. Take us through that at bat.
Well, going up against her, she's a great pitcher. So knowing that Belle was behind the plate, you know that she's going to be trying to put you through your weaknesses. So to be honest, I was a bit nervous when that ball came down, but it just came off, just hit lovely and felt so good off the bat.
So in those situations, is there a pitch that you're looking for? Because I think you were on 2 strikes as well. I mean, if it wouldn't have struck the other way, and Tash was firing on the day too, all of a sudden you might have lost this game 2-0.
Yeah, it's definitely nerve-wracking when you've got 2 on you, 2 down. But I just wanted to see that pitch. If it was outside, go with it, inside, pull it, and I was lucky that I was able to get that over left field fence.
Now, how about the Tigers this year? 4-2, equal top. You must be pretty happy with the start so far.
Yeah, it's great. Having such a young team as well, I think having Georgia at 13, it's definitely pushing the older players, if I can use that term, to play a bit harder. But it's every team's season this year. So I think the Tigers have come out firing, and we're definitely, if we can keep this going, we're definitely a good chance.
Well, Jess, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you everybody at home watching today. The Tigers get up in a big 3-2 victory. It was a thriller right here on Diamond 1. Make sure you check the schedule on Softball SA at 2 p.m. We've got another great A-grade competition game and a fixture here, as you'll see all season long here on Softball SA, powered by Spacequake Sports. I'm Eric Ballner, and on behalf of everybody at Spacequake Sports and our co-commentary Lee Hull, it's a final here on Diamond 1. It's the Tigers 3, Falcons 2. We'll see you next time.